All right, hi
Hello,
guys.
everyone.
Welcome to our regular. I was going to say Tuesday.
It's not Tuesday; it's Thursday.
Thursday
Yeah.
Tap Chat, as it now is. Used to be Tuesdays, and something a bit different.
There's a lot to like about.
Oh no,
Is that me?
that's you.
It's because I just opened it to get the chat out, and I didn't close it
No,
again.
you'd think you'd be professional by now.
No, not at all. So yeah, something slightly different. These for a while have been kind of like a panel show with a bunch of different resellers. We thought for a while we'd go back to the format of getting a reseller on and having a chat and finding out about them. So who did you invite on today?
So I invited Kelly, who is Flippin' Fantastic Finds on YouTube, and probably in the Tap Chat as well, I think.
Yeah. How are you doing, Kelly?
All right. Yeah, nervous. I don't know why.
Nothing to be nervous about. Nobody's watching. Honest. Having said that, I'll just go and say hello to them all.
Oh dear.
Actually, there's not many people in, so that's good.
Yeah.
I say that's good.
Let me just get the chat. Lucy was first in, quickly followed by Peter. Hi guys. And we've got Adrian. George Ross has popped in. And
Rebecca and Dylan and Martin.
So welcome everybody. If you are watching live, please join in. There is a live side chat, so you can pop in and say hello. If you have any questions for our guest Kelly, pop them in there and we'll try and get onto those. Andrea has a bunch of questions already.
Why?
Oh my God.
Ideas. That's all.
You didn't give me no preview of what you was going to be asking me or anything, so
All
this could go
it
anywhere.
You've probably seen these, Kelly. We're just basically going to find out about you and be nosy.
All right. Okay.
It's just going to be a chat. But I only just wrote some things down that I wanted to know, really.
Yeah, I'm only messing with you.
Suddenly, before we went on, I thought, you know, because I always moan that there's a delay in the quiz. I hope you don't get me on and quiz me for tap points.
Have you won any tap points yet? Have you?
I got half a tap point off Peter Ray.
Nice.
Yeah. A year I've been waiting, Nick.
Oh, no. There's loads more people in now. Phoebe's in, Gary, and I saw Karen pop in as well. Al's Attic said, Kelly.
Hi, Al.
Yeah, loads of people. Gary, Phoebe, Becca.
Oh, already Karen has a question.
Kenneth.
What's your hair care routine? It looks lovely.
Oh my God, I haven't got one.
Heather's just come in.
Whatever's on offer in Tesco, that's what I buy.
Nice. So, Kelly, where should we start? Are you a full-time reseller? What's your setup at the moment with reselling?
Definitely not full-time. Very sporadic, I would say. I'd love to be full-time, but I just can't do it some days. So I've got a few health issues that stop me some days. So I just do it when I can.
But do you have another income stream, or is reselling your sole income stream?
Barry is my income stream. Don't tell him I said that. No, yes. He takes care of all the household things, and then whatever I earn is extra.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Now, we had the pleasure of meeting Barry, didn't we?
We did. Yeah,
at the Hitchin meetup, which Kelly and Barry came down to. Yeah, I had quite a chat with Barry. It was quite revealing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can't shut him up once he starts talking.
No, exactly. Yeah, we got onto vintage computer games and arcades and stuff. That was it. It was off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the main question that I really want to know is, you've touched on it before when you've talked about the fact that your family are into reselling.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know how far that went back. Did your parents resell, or did you do it as a child?
Well, my mum's dad had a junk shop. This is probably where it, as far back as I know, it went. Which would be probably in the late 50s, 60s, on Mansfield Road in Nottingham, going down to the town centre. So anyone who knows Nottingham, it's quite close to the city centre. And he actually lost it in a poker game.
Wow.
Yes. He lost it in a poker game, lost the shop and all the contents playing poker. And then he opened a pub.
Oh my God, what a story.
I know, yeah, but I never actually met him. He died before I was born. I mean, I'm 42 and I started when I was 17. So what's that, 20, 25 years
Right.
on and
That's
off.
where, that's where you got your
Not
taste
me
for it.
reselling, but that's
Yeah.
how long I've been going to car boots. I mean, and car boots when I was a single parent with the kids is how I got all their stuff, really. So I've always gone to car boots.
Yeah.
I think you've said before, it comes so handy for when you've got little kids buying toys.
It really does, yeah. Because, you know, people say, oh, it's expensive to have kids, but we never really found that, did we, with Ellen?
Well, we were happy to, you know, get baby clothes from the car boot and stuff like that.
Yeah,
some
charity
members of our
shops.
family were shocked at that, but we're like, she's going to be in them for weeks sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's no point buying baby clothes new, and then we'd, you know, redonate to charity or whatever, and it saves you hundreds with kids stuff, and it just made sense. And back then we didn't have the money anyway. We were trying to start a new business, and it just made perfect sense.
And as we know now, you can buy lovely stuff and really lovely brands for pennies.
Yeah, we were buying stuff that we wouldn't have been able to afford at all in the shops.
Yeah,
for pennies at the boot sales, and it was great. Yeah. So you're really quite into your sort of mid-century stuff and your collectible stuff and a bit of furniture. I've seen you dabble in sometimes.
Oh. Now and again, I've brought a massive chair. That's about as big as I've gone, and I've still got it. It's on the deck and outside because I don't like posting big stuff.
No,
is that your peacock chair?
Yeah,
I
Barry's
love that.
throne, as he calls it.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I've still got that. Yeah.
So what sort of stuff do you really love to see or love to pick up? Is it the vintage stuff then?
It would be jewellery. I'm a magpie. I love buying jewellery. That's the first thing I'm looking for at car boots is jewellery. Yeah.
Lex does a lot of that. You must be fascinated by her videos when she shows her jewellery.
Yeah, she sells a lot of vintage, doesn't she? Yeah, picks a few bits up. Yeah.
And Christine was asking you, Kelly, how long have you been picking up jewellery and how did you learn about it?
Good question.
I think I'm mainly concentrating on jewellery in the gold rush. I think it's about 2008, wasn't it, where gold just went sky high through the roof. And yeah, I started really looking for gold and silver then, and was picking it up at car boots. But then everybody started looking for it. So.
Did you used to sell it on as scrap at that point, or were you selling
mainly scrap at that point? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because the money was that you're getting for scrap was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my daughter's just come in. She's going to get a shock when she realises we're on the internet.
You're live on the internet.
Are you live? Yes.
Hi.
Hello. How you doing?
Yeah, so yeah, about 2008, I think it would be. I'm sure you can remember all the adverts on telly, cash for gold and all that sort of thing.
You send it off in the post and get it evaluated. Yeah.
So would you say that jewellery was your kind of specialist area?
It's my buying specialist area. It's not my selling specialist area, Andrea. Because I tend to keep it all. I've hoard it. I'm hoarding it at the minute.
Okay.
Oh, the truth's coming out now.
Okay. So what else do you like to sell?
I mean, I never thought I'd be a clothing seller, but that's where I'm heading at the moment on eBay is clothing.
Yeah.
Mainly picking up clothing just because it's so readily available. And especially from the car boots. I mean, I've done a few charity shop hauls. Don't like charity shops. This seems so expensive to me, but that's because I'm so used to 50p's and a pounds for items. I mean, if you're paying 50p and a pound, you can't really go wrong, can you? But if you start paying £20 for a piece of clothing, then it's a whole different matter, isn't it?
You're right. It's a different headspace, isn't it?
And you've really got to be educated in it, because obviously there is money if you buy something for £20 and it's worth 100. It's worth picking up, but you've really got to be sure you're going to sell it for that amount.
But I'm with you, Kelly, because for years I was pretty much boot sales only, and you don't care when it's 50p a pound. You will take a chance on pretty much anything. But charity shops, particularly these days, you know, you're thinking £5 or £10 sometimes on a decent item, and it really makes you think.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I pick up things in charity shops £4 or £5 and think I can get 25 to 30 on them.
yeah, which is still
So,
perfectly acceptable.
yeah,
but it feels a lot of money when you're used to 50p.
It does, yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to go back to the boot sales.
I mean, how I initially learned buying was my brother said to me, because we used to sell it at fairs and at car boots at that time. He says, if you can pick it up for a £5 and sell it for a £10, you're not going far wrong. Obviously, with eBay, that doesn't work because you've got to take into account your fees, postage, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's accounting for those sort of things as well as just doubling up, if you like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. You've got to account for what eBay take out and the postage and everything.
I think when people start out, a lot of people make that mistake and forget there are all those fees, all the PayPal fees, the eBay fees, everything, and your postage.
And the time involved as well. If you're just going once a weekend to a car boot sale and you just empty it out of the car and sell it and you take the cash, there's very little work involved there apart from going and setting up. But as you know, you've got to photograph it, you've got to list it, you've got the customer service that comes afterwards sometimes, you've got returns. It's not as easy as clicking your fingers or just grabbing a tenner off someone.
Yeah.
I noticed that Karen had a question there. Karen asks, question, who is your favourite seller lady?
My favourite seller lady? It'd have to be, I'm not going to tell you, am I?
No, you have to. You've got to answer the question.
I love them all equally on different days of the week.
Yeah, we're like the Spice Girls. We're all different.
Are you now? Which Spice Girl are you while we're on the subject?
No idea.
Sporty?
Ditzy.
Ditzy Spice.
That's the Teletubbies.
Right. Let's see.
Oh, Al's Attic. She's got a question. In your brother's house clearances, do they clear clothes and pass on to you?
No, I don't want them.
Oh.
I don't want them. I wouldn't mind if I could go in and nitpick the bits that I want, but I don't want bundle. I mean, you've seen Becca's haul that she's had from the auctions. I don't want that much clothing because I can't get it listed quick enough. I mean, she's doing a great job listing hers, but for that amount of clothing, no, I wouldn't. No.
Yeah, and the amount of stuff that Carla gets in her bags as well.
Yeah,
it can be a bit overwhelming.
Right, let me catch up in the chat.
So how do you cope with running a business at home with storage and everything and working from home?
When I initially started, I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I ended up building the shed down the bottom of the garden last summer. So I work mostly out of the shed. And my daughter who just popped in, she's actually moved out. And I've got the small, I mean, it's a tiny bedroom. It's like a toddler's room. I have that as my office.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Is that where we see you sometimes when you're...
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of your shed. You've got some nice lighting in there. Looks like a grotto.
Oh, yes. Yeah, my little fairy lights.
Yeah.
Oh, so the shed is not just storage then? You actually work from there? Or
yeah, I take my photographs down there. All my stock's listed down there. I only really do the actual listing in the house, and obviously all the admin and things upstairs. Yeah.
And talking of Barry again, what's Barry's involvement, if any, in what you do?
He doesn't get involved. Doesn't get involved at all.
Do you like it that way? Do you prefer it that way?
I would. At the moment, yeah, I do like it that way because what I'm doing at the moment is going to be no interest to him at all. But I would love a little setup like you and Andrea, but he'll never do it. He could do his retro gaming, and I could do my bits and separate parts of the house and all that.
Yeah, it's not all roses doing it like this.
Most of the time, it's absolutely fine.
Well, I watched you guys on that hangout actually, and it was interesting to hear, you know, about people's thoughts on working together, and yeah, it can be difficult. It can be we get into arguments sometimes, don't we?
Yeah.
Which is why we have separate offices, because we tried working in the same office and I just wind her up.
I'd say 90% of the time we work really well together.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it for everyone though.
No, I think a lot of people probably couldn't work together.
He works so hard at his job. I mean, he's at work now. He'll be at work till 10 tonight. He works, I don't know what the shifts you call them, but they rotate every week. So he's always working.
Wow.
That's why when he is off, I always take time off to have extra time with him.
Yeah. And he's a machine setter, you were saying.
A tool setter, yeah.
Yeah.
He programs robots.
That's it. Yes. I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, you said he's got quite a big knowledge in antiques and all that kind of stuff, or he can spot them.
Yeah, I mean, when we've got Bargain Hunter out like that on the telly, he's quite good. He's been learning, he's been taking it in, but he is a quick learner. I mean, like I say about the quiz, if I was to do it on my own here tonight, I'd be rubbish. But when I've got Barry here, he knows all the answers. So he had a right huff the other night when we didn't get no tap points because there was a slight delay and he went rummaging through the cupboards having a Mardy. You're never going to win any.
Oh.
Oh dear.
But yeah.
We'll have to have you on live on one of those Sundays so you can just shout out the answers live. Get you and Barry on, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. But it amazes me his knowledge of random things. I don't know how he takes it all in, but then I suffer with my memory. So, yeah, but it amazes me. It can recall all sorts of things, especially about films and music.
Yeah.
Talking about other halves, Karen says, all I get from Darren is a whoop whoop every time I get a sale.
Well, it's all good, all supportive.
And Polly Pocket says, my husband is the postman and the donkey, and that's as far as he gets involved. Fair enough.
So where do you see your business going? Do you plan to expand or?
I'd like to be more consistent. As my health improves, I'd like to be more on it. Yeah, because that was my initial plan, but then it went downhill. So.
Yeah. You're getting on track with your health problems. You're getting on track with that now, aren't you? With some
hopefully.
Yeah.
Sorry, just taking a drink. I was reading about the hubby comments there. Death by Glamour. My hubby loves me making the money, but doesn't want me doing the work. Can't have it both ways, really, can you? The money doesn't magically appear. Al's Attic has a question there. Question: what do your girls think of your reselling?
Good question.
Again, they're not impressed because they've grown up about it, and I used to drag them around car boots when they was kids. They won't come to a car boot now. No.
Yeah, it's a bit like Ellen.
Yeah. Sorry, saying that, my girl went away at the weekend, and when she come back, she said, "Oh, you'd be proud of me, Mum, because we forgot to take some DVDs." So I googled on my phone charity shops, and she went and picked some up for 50p.
Brilliant.
See, some of it's rubbed off.
Yeah.
Ellen loves going charity shopping with her friends, but she's not interested in reselling.
What's interesting hearing you say that they're not really impressed because it's kind of all they've ever known. They've seen you and your brother and whatever doing it. And Ellen has literally known nothing else because we quit our jobs when she was born. So it's like she thinks it's just totally normal, all of this. And she doesn't get excited. I'll literally bring a van load of stuff home and she'll just walk straight past, walk in, climb over piles of gear and just sit down and watch Friends on telly. Doesn't even ask a question, not remotely interested. It's just like, oh, Dad's bought another van of gear. Yeah, whatever. You know. It just doesn't impress her in the slightest.
Now and again, I'll be sorting something out and they'll come down the shed and talk to me and they'll say, "Oh, that's nice, Mum. What size is it?"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, then you have it.
I do get that. If I've been to a jumble and I'm showing stuff, she'll go, "Oh."
Yeah, but it's the weirdest stuff, like weird looking 90s jumpers.
Yeah.
She's excited about, like fugly jumpers, you know, like.
I don't know who she gets that from.
Yeah.
Gotta love a fugly jumper.
Yeah.
Right.
So you've got your own YouTube channel. What do you enjoy about doing YouTube?
The link for that is below, guys, by the way, if you haven't already.
I wasn't sure if you'd put that in.
Yeah, go across and check Kelly's channel. Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, my YouTube, I do it mainly for myself. So don't expect anything spectacular on there. I tend to pop on live and just have a little chat. And I think the majority of the reselling community do like to have a little live chat, not to talk to me, to talk to each other.
Yes.
Like they are doing there in your chat, I should imagine.
Yeah,
I can't see the chat.
Here.
Yeah, so it's just like a quick, let's all have a cup of tea and a bit of a break and jump on that live so we can have a mingle. And that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, it's been fascinating how the community side of it has evolved that way. Because you did, like you just said, you dip in a live video and it's your chance to say hello to people you haven't seen since the last live, whenever that was. And quite often there's whole conversations going on that we're not party to in the side chat, which is cool.
Yes, so my videos are more for that really. There's I wouldn't say there's any quality content on there. It's just a load of waffle. Sometimes I'll do a haul. I'll throw a haul in for good luck.
Yeah, I enjoy your hauls.
You're playing it down, Kelly. You're playing it down. Oh, Zahir's in. Zahir says our girls are not bothered either. They actually prefer shopping now. No, shopping new, although they don't mind if they find clothes they like from the jumbles. Yeah. They're quick to pinch stuff, the kids, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I found the most amazing jumper was it in Brighton or Worthing, one or the other, and it's really colourful. It looks almost like a Harlequin type style, and Ellen just fell in love with it, and so we've got a bit of a deal going on that she gets to borrow it for a while. So it's not completely hers, but she can wear it until she gets bored of it.
You're never getting that back. You know that, don't you?
And you kept saying, so when's that then? Next week? Yeah. It would be it would be a really good seller, I think, because it is so unusual, but she absolutely loves it. I noticed that comment from Junk Girl says, my daughter who's 16 says it's a scam, LOL, but she's happy to spend the money on K-pop albums. She also wants some of the cool things that I find at thrifts.
What's a scam? Reselling is a scam.
Yeah.
And Steve and Steph want Bumcrack Picker to start a channel.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
There you go, BCP, as your challenge.
Yeah, Heather says the fantastic world of fugly.
It's true, the fugly stuff sells the quickest.
Well, I tell you what, I went shopping with Ellen today, and we went and had a look around Primark, and it was like going back in time 20 odd years. It was like everything was 90s style.
Oh my goodness.
You know, there was even fugly jumpers in there. And I pointed one out to Ellen. I said, you'd see that at a jumble sale. And it was just like they'd literally just taken the whole new line of, the spring summer line from the 90s. Literally, the flowing, the dresses, the floaty dresses, vintage prints, long skirts.
So do you think if the high street catches up on these trends, like 90s stuff is now on the high street, do you think that makes it harder to sell the vintage, or the vintage stuff goes up in value?
Well,
what would you reckon?
I don't know. It's interesting because Ellen's comment was, yes, because they know they're losing a lot of money to Depop. That was her comment. And I thought that was an interesting comment. And I did wonder that at the time. I thought, does that mean that damages resellers trying to sell that kind of stuff? Or
I'd imagine those really in the know want the original.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would. Saying that, I don't very often go new clothes shopping myself.
No.
So.
No, she bought herself a pair of paper bag jeans, which she's been after for ages. And we've been really trying to find them secondhand, but just haven't found them. So ended up buying them new. But yeah, my comment actually was to her was, if people are liking this kind of stuff, then that's actually good for me, because that's the kind of stuff I'm picking up at jumbles. And if people are liking that style, then surely that means that it's sought after. And they'll want to buy that kind of stuff.
Where do you think that trend come from? Because I mean, 90s has been quite popular for a while now in the reselling and on eBay. Do you think the high streets are catching up and doing it that way?
I think so, and I think a few of the big influencers have got on it.
Yeah.
You know, a few of the really big influencers in the teen world, like YouTubers and other people, are really doing the whole 90s look. Yeah. And once they start doing it, that's it. It's kind of high street picked up.
Yeah, I think so.
Going back to your channel, Money Mental says waffle is the best way, Kelly. I love a good waffle, so don't stop the waffle. And Christine says, please would you show more haul videos? So there you go.
To be honest, I've got to be in the mood for it.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
But like I say, I'm slowly coming more around to myself, being myself again, if that makes sense to you. So yeah, hopefully more hauls But when I initially started YouTube, I used to do videos and upload them. God, I soon stopped that. It's such hard work, Andrea. I don't know how you can do a vlog every week.
No, it takes us pretty much a whole day to edit the vlog.
It shouldn't be. This we need to work on. It's ridiculous.
We're working on it, but
it's not a whole day either. It's more like a morning. But
that's a sore point.
It's too much time, isn't it? Because it doesn't make sense.
Well, you were there for a good 3 hours. I kept going, I don't know, we're not going to get this uploaded.
Oh, that last edit was a pain.
And you were editing out all your ums and your ahs and your
It was more than that.
We just need to get it uploaded.
You get plenty of ums and ahs on my channel.
He complains that I waffle too much.
I'm the same though, but I cut all my waffle out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think unless you've actually done one like I initially did, you do not realise how much effort and time it goes into making them. So whenever we do see them, always make sure you give them that thumbs up, because a lot of effort and time's gone into it, to making it.
Apparently Ads is the king of waffle, according to Jason. I think you're right.
Yeah, he can be. He's got this thing now where people have to say silence is golden, so he knows he's waffling too much.
Oh, right. Yeah. I keep missing him actually when he's live.
Yeah, I think you have to really love doing YouTube to do it, which we do. That's why we do it, because we love it.
There's no way we'd have carried on if we didn't enjoy it. There's just no way. Yeah. Right, let's read some questions. Oh, there's a good question from Pickles on Tour. Do you let it be known to charity shops that the stuff you're buying is to be sold? I always feel awkward checking the prices of stuff on eBay in store in case anyone working there sees. So in general, do you let people know that you're a dealer or not? Where do you stand on that?
Like I said, I've only just started really buying from charity shops.
But at boot sales then, would you let
yeah, everyone knows I'm a reseller.
Yeah, Nick made the mistake at a regular jumble that we go to by telling somebody that we were resellers, and she was really off with us, this woman, for a while, for another couple of times that we went, but we noticed that she now gives us a higher price than other people. I've
heard her quote other people less money for stuff after offering it to me, and I think, come on.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. Yeah. What can you do?
I mean, I've got no shame looking up stuff in charity shops. If I'm at a boot sale, I walk away from the table so they don't see me doing it. But if I'm in a charity shop, then I just kind of wander around and look as if I'm browsing or as if I'm texting someone. And
well, if you do it confidently, you just look like you're texting someone anyway.
Yeah.
It's when you're very conscious that you're doing it and you're doing all of this over your shoulder and then you just draw attention to yourself and you look dodgy.
Yeah.
So if you just casually do it as if you're texting,
nobody
even bats an eyelid, because everyone's got their phone in their hand half the time anyway these days. You just have to do it confidently and then you don't look dodgy.
Yeah.
I mean, I buy a lot of other resellers from and traders at the car boot, so that's how they know who I am. Regular car booters, then obviously they haven't got a clue. So, yeah.
Adrian is planning on doing a video for new resellers, guide to charity shops. And Shelley says Maud has said she's going to be an author and resell on the side.
It's a very sensible
Fantastic.
plan, I think.
There
Yeah.
you go. Life plans for you.
Yeah.
Carmen wants to know what BCP looks like. Yeah, I'd like to know.
Yeah, I'd love to have time to write on the side, but I've always wanted to write, and this just takes up all of our time, doesn't it? And doing YouTube as well.
Yeah, YouTube's kind of our joint hobby.
Yeah.
Or the spare time, if you want to call it that, is taken up with this, really.
Yeah.
Someone's asking, how's your uncle?
Yeah, he's waiting for an operation. He's got to have a plate put in his arm, and he's got to have it done before Sunday. So we're kind of on tenterhooks at the moment, waiting for that call.
Oh, and Pickles says, that's what I do. I make out I'm texting. Just always found it strange that I feel awkward about it. Yeah, just be confident when you're doing it. What's the worst that can happen? They can come over and ask you what you're doing. You just say it's none of your business. I'm texting my wife or what, you know.
I think after a while you just get used to it, and you get more comfortable with it. I know that Mel got told off for looking something up when she was literally just texting somebody. Somebody said, "Oh, I suppose you're looking up on eBay, are you? How much that's worth?" And she was actually texting her husband.
How rude!
I know.
Oh, George is asking me, when are we going to see some GoPro action?
Yeah, have you seen his? I expect he's seen your picture.
Oh, I'm on Instagram. Everybody.
I agree with you, Kelly. It looks really dodgy, doesn't it?
Very dodgy.
I wasn't.
Don't go and pick the twins up for school with that on, for God's sake.
No. I reckon I could do that at car boot sale with my little GoPro sticking out.
I think you're going to get people shouting at you, but you can try it.
I thought you'd be better off dressing up as a middle-aged cyclist with a helmet and your GoPro on there, because they blend in.
So you want me to wear lycra and a cycle hat?
It's got to be a luminous green, definitely.
I like the fact that you've specified middle-aged.
Well, I've got the middle-aged bit down. I'm good for that. This in cycle gear, I'm not sure the world is ready for.
I don't think they are.
Yeah, not sure on that one. Not sure when that's going to happen. Right. Okay. Oh, I'm caught up. Yeah, going back, I am on Instagram. Richard Payne saying never even looked on Instagram. I hadn't until about 2 days ago when I joined it. I've no idea what I'm doing on there. I have posted some pictures, so yeah, I'm into it now.
I'm amazed. And you've even put a bio. You do need to have a link to our YouTube channel though on there. I was looking today. I was thinking you need to do that.
Okay, one step at a time.
So yeah, I did actually write down a question of any plans for your YouTube channel, but it sounds like you're just happy to.
No, I just
as and when.
Yeah, as and when I feel like it. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I hate committing to anything, so I can't commit to a regular. I mean, I'm committed to the Seller Ladies Live, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which looks like it's not going to happen on Friday, is it?
No, unfortunately, yeah. Everybody's doing some fabulous things this weekend, and with the kids being off, and Heather's going to a cat cafe, isn't she?
I know, that sounds really good. Fancy that.
A cafe where they serve cat?
No, where there's just people wandering around. And...
I know. Chicken Lady Jane is in and says, I'm counting 1,000-piece puzzle whilst I listen to this, and it's all Nick's fault. I've been saying just sell sealed ones. And the trouble with counting them is, just because it says 1,000 on the box doesn't mean that's how many pieces there are. It could be 1,003 or 998. They're never, or very rarely are they exactly 1,000. So if you count them all, you're never sure anyway.
Yeah. Money Mentor, is that Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah. Says, shall we have a Seller Men's Live?
Well, Pommy Pickers, who is in.
Yeah.
Rod, he was saying we need to have a reseller guys chat.
I think you should. Yeah, that'd be quite fun.
Yeah, we need to find out who's up for it.
Yeah.
By the way, Rod Pommy Picker says, "Good day, guys. Just got up. Thought I'd see some of the show. Full of a stinking cold. It's like so hot down there. How have you got a cold, Rod? It's crazy."
I think for both continents, though, we're in that in between stage, aren't we? So sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's warm, and then, you know, the bugs don't know what to do with themselves.
It's just bloody hot down there, I think. There's summer now.
Well, while we're on the subject of Seller Ladies Live, which is on a Friday on various different channels, if anyone fancies, it's a bit of a plug here, anyone fancies joining us, not tomorrow though. You've also got, you started the Facebook group, didn't you? The Seller
Ladies, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just for business sellers though. So that was one of the stipulations that I wanted in the group.
Yeah.
So yeah, and just ladies, because I just fancied no moaning about clothing, because most of us sell clothing, and a lot of the blokes don't like clothing. Although a lot of men are now coming out of the woodwork that sell clothing, especially on Instagram. Yeah, and they're doing fantastically well. So
yeah, and thanks to Chatty Pete, there's quite a trend for picking up men's clothes at the moment.
I still haven't seen this Chatty Pete guy you keep talking about.
Are you following him?
You're his number one fan, you are, aren't you?
No, I'm not that Shelley.
Oh, yeah, I need to get my head around how I follow people and how I keep up to date with
people. So it's just basically a group where we can ask for advice on styles, keywords, that sort of thing. I mean, I basically set it up for myself again because I'm not into clothing, so just to pick everybody else's brains.
Yeah, it's a nice, positive, friendly group, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're female and you're a business seller, then and you're not in it, then check it out because it's a nice group.
Game Boys Are Awesome is in, and he has a channel where he goes around boot sales picking up vintage and retro gaming. And he says, I've had a few people notice it, talking about camera, but no one's ever told me to stop filming. Don't see anything wrong with it.
Okay. Well, you can give it a go, and if
I've always just taken my phone and just held my phone like this.
And that's so much more inconspicuous.
It is, but then I can't rummage, so you never see me really doing a deal or picking up something cool, because if I spot something, I put my phone in my pocket and then I pick it up.
That is true.
And then I do the deal, or I build up a pile of stuff as I tend to do and buy it all. So you miss the interesting stuff because I can't really film it.
You perhaps need to have a good excuse, a good story for why you're filming yourself.
Well, if I have my little chest cam thing on, I could say I'm going cycling when I'm done. I've got my lycra on underneath.
There you go.
See, Kelly's full of these ideas. Yeah, I don't know. I'll experiment when boot sale season is on.
I think the thing with the cameras, the GoPros, is a lot of people around the car boot could get the wrong idea and think either you're Inland Revenue and Customs that's going around, because they do go around, like plain clothed, or undercover cop or something like that. Undercover cop. Tell I watch a lot of American programs, can't you? Nick the undercover cop.
I guess so, but then I doubt they'd say anything.
Oh,
because they'd reveal that they've got an issue.
Yeah, it'll go round though, and I've seen it. Revenue and Customs are on. I've seen people leave the whole store and skedaddle.
Yeah,
when they're selling fakes. It was with. Sorry, it was with when there used to be loads of copied DVDs. That time when there was stores selling them all the time.
Yeah, that used to go on around here, and they used to raid the boot sales quite regularly. I never see the police so much now, because nobody really bothers with copied DVDs, do they? It's all just downloads. Hang on. Oh, apparently Chatty Pete is a legend, says DBG.
Yeah.
Someone was asking for the link for that Facebook group. I'll get that from Kelly afterwards, and I'll post it below so you can come back and get that link.
Yeah.
Right. Did you have any more?
No, that's all my notes that I took.
Right. I'm going to try and find some questions in here.
Yeah. There was one at the bottom, but it did skip, so I don't know if you've missed any.
Okay. Lord Ahab says, I have 20 plus Kasparov chess computers because of Nick. You can't blame me for that. Whilst only having sold one, they use too much space. I should stay away but keep buying more when they are cheap.
It's easy to blame you for everything, isn't it, really?
See, you know you shouldn't keep buying them and you keep doing it. You can't blame me for that bit. I've got one that's sat up there and not sold for about a year. It's because it needs testing. And Game Boys Are Awesome says, someone last week waved at the camera.
Oh.
Say it's a human dash cam or you're half cyborg, says Darren.
Yeah. I always joke that you look like a Dalek.
And Pixie Dust Gaming says you're allowed to film anywhere it's a public place, which is true, I guess.
When I used to drop my parcels off, I had to say to the post office man, because he wears a jacket and his phone always used to be facing with his camera facing you. And I said to him, are you secretly filming all your customers? Joking. And he's never wore it like that since. I don't know if he was or not.
Oh.
I don't know why. But yeah, he just had his camera reversed in his pocket. And I thought that's at the perfect height to record everybody.
Yeah. Well, police have those little mounted cameras now, and they record all incidents.
Yeah. Maybe he'd had some issues.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
What's that question there?
Well, Marcella.
Do you want to read that?
Well, it says, Nick, have you thought to hire your daughter or wife, that's me, to film you while you dig and pick, and then you can be hands-free?
Well, if we go together, Andrea's off at some other part of the boot
that's
sale.
The issue. We're not to, we split.
We split up. Otherwise, we would wind each other up because I'll be like, come on, I've got to keep going. I've got to go.
Also, because we're looking for different things and we want to cover as much space as we can, really, and cover as much ground.
I think it's better to have two pairs of eyes because if Andrea sees a stall covered in stuff that I'm interested in, straight on the phone, get over to aisle 3, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I can be there. And likewise, I've called Andrea over to a stall that's got loads of vintage clothing or dresses or whatever. And it works.
And even afterwards, when we go around together, sometimes I'll spot something you've missed.
All the time. Yeah, you can't see everything. But I think it'd be more conspicuous if somebody was standing there just filming the stall while I'm rummaging. It'd be like really odd.
I've done it a bit in charity shops, haven't I? And I always feel a bit awkward doing that.
So I don't know. I will try and use the GoPro. I've got it now. I bought it. I need to, use it. But I may go back to just using the old phone. We'll see.
I did a bit of filming at the car boot this morning, and I've uploaded it to Instagram. I put a little story on there. It's the first time I've ever done the is it Instagram Live they call it? Yeah. So I'm not very good on Instagram either, Nick. I'm still learning.
I'm not good on the Instagram stories because with vlogging I then forget that to do an Instagram story, or I think, well, I've just said something, now I don't want to repeat myself, and I
wouldn't worry about repeating yourself bit. That's fine.
Maybe I should, because I mean there's probably people on Instagram that follow me that don't even watch our vlogs, so I don't know. I need to get more in the habit of it, I think.
Duchess and O'Malley asks, why business sellers only? I assume we're talking about the Facebook group, Kelly's group. There will be people working up to that by selling their own items on a personal account, as often suggested by YouTubers as a starting point, and they need to learn.
Yeah, I think there's plenty of other groups for people who are just building up. I mean, once they become an actual business seller, then they're more than welcome to join, as long as they're female.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're not in the Tat Chat already, come and join the Tat Chat Facebook group, because that's all inclusive.
Yeah, that's a great place
beginners
for people starting out.
And established sellers.
We're trying to keep that group friendly enough where you can ask the most basic of questions. And if you're in the Tat Chat group and that annoys you, just scroll past. You don't have to answer them. You don't have to get annoyed if the question annoys you. But I was only saying to somebody in there the other day, I'm so impressed with how that group has evolved. People were helping each other out with really complicated stuff the other day and going out of their way to solve problems for people. So
and we have mentors on there as well, so you just need to click on the mentorship thing at the top of the group. So if you're brand new and you would like to connect with someone that can help you out with some things, click on the mentorship thing, and there's a few people in there that are signed up as mentors.
We need to do a video about that, actually. Explain what that's all about. Okay. Scrolly. Try and find another question.
Just a bit of dead air for now.
Money Mentor UK. Nick Hills is responsible for the global uptrend in reselling. I'm not sure you can attribute that to me either.
No, or recycling. I think that might be.
And Dab Kitty says, I spilled my coffee this morning because of Nick. See?
Oh,
I'm responsible for everything.
I know, everything's your fault.
You get the blame for everything, don't you, Nick?
Yeah, standard.
I think there's generally more resellers nowadays anyway, because it's a lot easier, isn't it? Like you say, with the phones. I mean, I never use my phone at the car boot, but a lot of people do.
I mean, access to information, full stop, is so easy. The fact that we can look things up on eBay and the fact that eBay is advertising relentlessly, it seems, at the minute to attract, you know, casual sellers into reselling.
But it's not just eBay. It's Vinted. I see advertised a lot. And
Spock is advertising all over the place.
Gumtree.
Yeah, I've seen Gumtree advertise on telly the other day. Yeah,
lots of places. And then there's this trend for recycling at the moment. And Marie Kondo and her clearing out stuff. And
I just think it's the natural progression of things. I mean, there's going to be more people getting into it. Yeah, definitely.
And I think also a trend, especially with, I hate to say it, the word Brexit coming up, that people want to take more control of their careers and what they do. So there's a trend for people being self-employed as well. And this is a nice way of making money for yourself. So, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that DBG left the chat because she was going to blow a gasket at people hammering down on newbies asking simple questions.
Really?
Well, we try to have an ethos in there that, you know, everybody's on a level playing field, really. And if you're new, you can ask whatever you like. But
yeah, sorry about that.
Come back in and have a look around. Hopefully we've stamped it out.
But I think whatever you do, Facebook attracts a certain type of people in groups as well, so you're always going to get one or two that do like to throw their weight around a little bit.
We've done quite well with keeping a lid on it.
The
egomaniacs out there. Oh no, Chicken Lady has counted the puzzle. There's 3 bits missing, but that might be all as meant to be.
Yeah, that's what you were saying the other day, that sometimes they're not exact, are they?
That's what I said earlier. Did you tune me out?
No, I was listening to you. Stu Mandrew's got a question. I keep thinking about starting to do some vids on YouTube. Can I ask what editing software you use or would recommend for a complete starter? Well, we use iMovie because we've got Macs. We get frustrated with it on a daily basis. Sometimes want to smash it to pieces. So it's easy to use though if it works properly. It's quite intuitive. We do have Final Cut Pro, but we haven't dabbled in it.
No.
But I don't know if anyone else has got any suggestions. What do you use, Kelly?
What's that for, sorry?
The editing, if you do edit.
Oh, I don't edit.
What, have you used anything in the past?
I think I used iMovie just to put some clips together. That was it.
Yeah.
Didn't cut anything out or anything like that.
Okay.
Diesel Engine says, Nick, the Instagram link in the description is not yours.
I know, because I'll tell you the reason why. Story time. Used to have a clothing shop called Ollie and Molly. And so my Instagram used to be called Ollie and Molly. And then when we changed, and I changed my Instagram name, and we didn't have the shop anymore, I can't actually change the Instagram link. The little pencil in the corner has disappeared. I can't. I've searched all over YouTube to try and figure out how I get rid of this Instagram link. It now links.
But that's not in the description below.
Oh, is it in the description below?
That's what I've just read. Look.
Oh, okay, because it's on the bar.
I don't know what Instagram is down below. That might be yours.
I'll go and check. But
it's Nick _Hills _reseller all
lowercase.
It's
because I changed my name recently. That may be why.
Yeah.
My own name.
All right.
But yeah, if you don't click on the one on the bar, because it takes you to another Ollie and Molly, which is about a cat. But if you're into cats,
yeah, it's all a bit
it's
weird.
not our Instagram page. So yeah, that's driving me mad because I don't know how to get rid of it.
Someone's asking for a tip here. Question: I bought a few cheap flat Erics in great condition. However, they have a strong smell of deodorant from a previous owner.
Oh.
Is there any way to get rid of the smell without damaging them? I'd hang them on the washing line. What would you say, Kelly?
I'd probably give them a wipe over with a baby wipe and then hang them outside. Let some fresh air get to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does putting them in the freezer help?
Oh, that can help actually. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you laughed. See?
Oh, you're messing. I'd say wait for a nice windy day and hang them out, peg them on the line, and they'll come in smelling, you know, of nothing. That'd be my tip. Someone asked, Pixie Dusk asking about Michael Kors handbags. How do you tell a real from a fake? I would have no idea.
I have no idea. There is a Facebook group, isn't there? Can't remember what it's called now.
Real or fake?
Yeah, something like
Something like that. Yeah, something really obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it jumped again.
Oh, did
Again, for anything like that, I'd say get out and see some real ones. Go to the department stores and have a feel of them. Look at the labels, and because I'm not into design. Well, I'd like to be into designer handbags, but I haven't got any. But yeah, that's what I would do. I'd go out and have a look at some actual ones that are in store.
Apparently, Real or Fake is the Facebook group. So if you search Real or Fake, you should be able to find that.
And I did think what Richard Payne's just said. A few flat Erics.
I know.
I thought, wow, that's a score, that.
I've had a few, but I tend to find on average about one a year. They're hard to find, those things. Yeah. Okay. Well, believe it or not, we've been on an hour.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think we will wrap this one on soon. Wrap it on. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. We will wrap it up.
Wrap it on what?
I don't know. So thank you so much, Kelly, for braving it and coming on.
Oh, thanks. It wasn't too bad, actually. It wasn't too bad.
I told you there's nothing to worry about.
So thanks to the chat for tuning in.
Yeah. And the link below for Kelly's channel is there. Go over and have a look. Check that out. Regarding these Thursday Tech Chats, we thought we'd change it up for a few weeks and try and do more of these, get individual guests on and have a chat and find out more about certain resellers for a while, and then maybe go back to the panel thing and just switch it up a bit.
I love learning about other people and asking. That's why when I did my Let's Sell a Ladies, it was all the random questions.
Yeah.
Finding out something a little bit different. So yeah. I love all that. Yeah,
these are some of my favorite videos because you find out what other people do and how they do it, and it's always different. Everyone always has a different story, a different background, a different reason for getting into reselling, and yeah, it's fascinating.
It's been a really good chat.
So let us know if you enjoyed this. Drop us a comment below if you're watching after the fact. If you're watching live, thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for the questions and the comments, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, Kelly.
Yeah, thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.